Hi Virgo, this will be your general messages for July. So we're going to take a look and see what's going on for the month of July for the sign of Virgo. Virgos. Oh, wow. Okay, that was quick. Okay. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, so we have the Nine of Staffs or the Nine of Wands. So it could be, you might come into July with a few of those same old kind of burdens, kind of lingering around sort of deal. Let me see what your next card is so we can see if we get past this a little bit. Okay, cool. So we got the eight of Wands coming in. So that means movement and messages, communication based around this. All right, sorry. I just want to kind of see where we're going here. Okay, that's good. All right, we'll do the rest in a minute. Okay, just wanted to make sure, because the thing about the Nine of Wands is that it's energy that kind of hangs with you for a while. So I kind of wanted to see if the rest of the reading was going to play out like that before I gave my interpretation. So either way, it is kind of that, but you are on your way to something good. So we'll get to that in a minute. But the Nine of Wands is a pretty important card, even though it's a minor arcana card, and it's a very common card to pull in readings. It's important, I feel, because nines are supposed to be a number of closure, okay? And the thing with the Nine of Wands is it's usually somebody who is, they're very passionate. You're probably a very passionate person, and you've probably put a lot of energy and resources into a lot of things. Some of those things have fared okay, but a lot of them have not. And those have-nots tend to kind of pile up and become a little bit of a reminder type pattern, within one's being that, oh, that didn't pan out, or oh, that doesn't do well, or oh, and it becomes that kind of pattern, so that you end up kind of hurting yourself in the long run, because it's I don't want to say it's spreading yourself too thin. It's more of a master of, what is it? Jack of all trades, master of none type card. Okay, but the thing is, you are a master, but it's like you still think you are just a jack of all trades and master of none. But the truth is, you are a master. So if that makes sense. But you are used to being, like at one time, you were a jack of all trades and master of none. But because of that, because you were a jack of all trades, meaning like all different circumstances and all different things that you've battled and conquered, some successes, some failures, but there's still wisdom that comes from those battles that has now built you into a master, but you still identify with the jack of all trades kind of scenario. So the Nine of Wands should be a completion of something, but oftentimes it's indicating that you don't realize that yet. You don't realize you have the power. You're a little bit addicted to, and that sounds weird, but addicted to the letdown of a situation, in a sense. So I know that sounds strange, but that's kind of what I'm getting. Okay, now we have the Eight of Wands coming in. So that is some sort of messages flying, okay? So definitely there will be a lot of communication with someone. Now, this may not necessarily be you. This could be someone else that you are dealing with in your life. That's very possible too. It's a little bit of the hurt person, the forever kind of tortured, brooding type person. But they do have a lot of hope, and they do have a lot of, like, it's not like a total brooding. I'm sorry to dwell on this, but it is sort of an important card. So it's not exactly like lost hope and brooding and total depression or anything like that. It's not that, because the thing about the Nine of Wands is this person's very resilient, because they actually have had a lot of things come at them in their life that they have been able to combat. All right, so they are very resilient and very wise and all of those types of things. But it is a little bit of woe is me and that type of brooding that can happen. So if that is you, possibly, or this might be another person you are dealing with. So either way. Usually there's a little bit of that in all of this. So, okay, so with the Eight of Wands, though, I do feel like there will be communication flying back and forth, definitely messages. It could also indicate short trips of some sort, also with the Eight of Wands. And you do have the Page of Swords. So there could be a young person involved. This could be, perhaps this is, maybe the Nine of Wands is describing, a child. This could be, this is a young person, usually, late teens, early 20s, something like that. Maybe, up to like mid, not quite 30s. Okay. So age range wise, that's usually where we, pages are typically around there, like early 20s or so. So this could be somebody you're dealing with, or this could be some messages that you are dealing with. It could be, sometimes the Page of Swords is a little jabby, it's truth, but it's like, it's truth delivered in a immature way. So, the thing to discover is what is the truth that this person is trying to communicate, because they are communicating a truth. It's just they're doing it in a very jabbing, stabbing type way or immature type way. Now we do have the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands typically is a good card of receiving some sort of accolades, or just it can be just respect in general. Maybe this is a young person. The thing about the Page of Swords too, it doesn't always have to be a negative energy. This could be a young person who's an air sign, or it could just represent also somebody who has just an extremely inquisitive mind and wants to study things. This could be even you, as an adult, but there's like this youthful aspect of studying something that is like you're really into and inquisitive about. So it could be those things as well. So with the Six of Wands, though, this usually indicates some sort of being looked up to in some way. So there might be something here about communicating to a young person, and they're really going to look up to you, based on your experience of fending off, all of these things and where you are at. So be very careful if you are giving advice to a young person. For some of you, if this happens, this could be, at work, this could be an apprentice, or this could be your own child. Like I said, if it's not a young person, we'll get to that again. We'll cover that again. But if it is, and you're communicating with them, this might help their kind of give them an ego boost or some self-confidence or somewhat, or like I said, they may look up to you, and it could give you a little bit of those things. But just be careful that you are truly showing them information from a very realistic example. So not, because again, this person should have closure. So if you're not in the place that you should be giving advice, like if you haven't, in other words, walk the walk, I think you know what I mean. All right. Okay, awesome. So we do have the Nine of Pentacles here. So the Nine of Pentacles is typically, this is a good, strong, independent person, okay? The Nine of Pentacles indicates, they're not quite at the 10 of Pentacles, because typically the 10 of Pentacles is family and kind of having it all and that sort of thing. Whereas the Nine of Pentacles in traditional tarot, the Rider-Waite deck is a lot of times often looked at as like the single woman, but she's at the 9, so she doesn't quite have the family and all that yet, but she has the empowerment, she has the she's a type, she doesn't need other people to validate her or whatever. She stands in her own truth, or his own truth, and is empowered. Because in this deck, I don't think we have, we have neither female nor male, so it could be either or. In traditional tarot, it's a female. And we have the Peacock here also. So, lots of good fortune, good luck. Money, it's a good money card, good stability card also. It's a good empowerment card. So it could be this is a young person that you are inspiring to stand on their own and become empowered, so that is really nice too. Oh, or, okay. We do have the Two of Cups. Okay, so the Two of Cups is a romantic connection. I mean, it's still, not to be like creepy and mix the two, but I mean, the Two of Cups is love. So it doesn't necessarily, I mean, in tarot, you normally look at it as a romantic connection, but, we are perhaps dealing here with a child and so forth. So Two of Cups can just be love also. It just seems like a different card would have showed up if that were the case. So maybe you're dealing with someone, maybe this is a single mother. That could be too, with the Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. That's quite possible. Or you are a single mother and perhaps you are dealing with this person or trying to inspire your own child too. So, it could be any numerous of things. But either way, we do have the Two of Cups here. So the Two of Cups is a very good, solid connection. This is, it's more, it's beyond just having a physical attraction to someone. It is like a connection on the emotional level, on the soul level as well. So, and it's transforming. We have these butterflies here, which are fantastic because that indicates to me that it is a relationship that can be transforming. Okay, so that is really nice cards for you guys, Virgos. So let's see. What other things do I want to see here? Now, if for some of you, if you're looking at this general reading, just like curious about like work or career or damn, am I going to find a job? Those types of things. I do see, definitely some communications going, it's probably been a while, but I do see some action flying with the Eight of Wands. And the Six of Wands also indicates that there would be some sort of victory in that way. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles showing, money, coming in and that sort of thing. And the Two of Cups, a lot of times in regards to career, when it does, when I do specifically career reads and the Two of Cups shows up, sure, it can sometimes indicate a romance at work, but many times it just indicates that it's a good match. You're a good match for this company. Or project or whatever, it is, and vice versa. They see you that way, you see them that way, and all is good in that respect. But a lot of this I see as possibly a love connection. I just feel like if that is the case, with this Nine of Wands, just be careful of old patterns. Do not do the same things that one typically does, all right? Because again, you need to remember that you've fended off all of that stuff. And in doing that, you have become this master, this warrior. So, but you've forgotten that because the other, you've had so many things, 9 of them, going on, like more like 900 or 9 million, things going on, that it's become a pattern. And like, again, you may fail to realize that you are, this is closing that cycle out and becoming the master now. That when is it the student becomes the teacher, or something along those lines. Like, look at that in respects to yourself or to this person. That could be too. But I get the sense maybe a little of both of you if this is a romantic situation. So all in all, looks pretty interesting. I'll pull you guys a couple extra cards. All right, these are cool. There we go. All right. A lot of this also, as I said, could be about just showing a young person how to stand up and empower themselves and gain the confidence they need, and showing that you love them, or giving them the example they need to see so that they can find their real love in their lives, and those types of things too. Okay, and one of these. All right. Okay. All right, so what do we have? Okay, yep, perfect. Okay, so we have broken heart and man holding a heart. Okay, so I believe this goes along with that Nine of Wands type energy, all right? Because to me, the Nine of Wands is somebody who is a little bit broken. Again, because they should recognize their power, but they kind of don't because it's been this pattern. And we have man holding a heart. But the good thing about this is that, here we have the broken heart card, but then we have the man holding the heart card. So it's like, the man holding a heart is still out there, not giving up, that sort of thing. So it's like, I just always, these cards just crack me up. They look so like Harlequin romance novel-esque. I don't know. And the rest of them are like really cool. You know, like this one. You know, this is awesome. Which is at the bottom of the deck, by the way. There you go. Like it's like, you know, the black and white. You know, the negative and positive. The dark horse. You know, the white horse of spirituality. You know, that's really cool. You know, all these different pictures, but the people always tend to me to be a little bit over the top, romantic novel-esque looking. But my point of this being is that, you know, whatever, you know, there's, and again, look at that. The broken heart is the number 9. All right. Again, this should be closure. This should be done. Okay. And then, you know, opening. All right. Then we have 4 and 5, which is a 9 also. Okay. We should have this like more, you know, opening. Now, 5s are a lot of times challenges. 4 is stability. All right. And 9 is it's a complete number, and it's very, you know, just look into it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, and your last card is the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. So that is the throat chakra. So communication, and that's what we have here. 8 of Wands. All right. Not in an, you know, not in an immature or stabbing or jabbing or, you know, it doesn't even have to be harshly stabbing or those types of things. It can also just be immature in the fact that it's just sort of like poking a little bit, you know, like not really giving the full thing, just like poking with the sword and just giving little jabs here and there, but not really just coming out and expressing oneself too. Perhaps, you know, because of pride or something like that. But again, this is a victory card. So with the 5th chakra, you know, I would definitely say, you know, that is speak what you need to speak. And the 5th chakra is always about opening up to truths and clarity in your communication. Now, your last card is, these are kind of weird. All right. So let's see what we got here. We've got Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, and Helpers in the Subtle Realms. So we have all these, like, we have, it looks like, there's Jesus and Mary, there's Buddha, there's like, it looks like someone from every culture, because it says helpers in the subtle realms, okay? But it just feels to me like it's a divine thing, and there's help around you. So, you know, just don't concern yourself too much. It seems like, you know, it says divine orchestration. So when you have that, it's probably going to be kind of orchestrated for you anyway, regardless. But really nice reading, Virgo. Very positive, I feel. And especially, again, if it is in regards to a young person or children, I feel like you have a chance here to set a very, very good example for someone. So, all right, I'll leave it there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. That would be awesome. It really helps my channel. Or leave a comment. That helps circulate my videos, which is very helpful as well. And most importantly, have a really fantastic July. All right, thanks, guys.